guys, so it is day 2 of the reading rush, and today is the day that I decide the book that I first touch that I'm going to read. I got 2 stacks here. First stack is a bunch of books that my friend Jaden picked out for me. I asked her which books on my shelf did she want me to read, and those were all those books. And then the second stack, which is a lot smaller, are books that I need to return sometime soon here, so just adding them to my TBR. In that stack we have also like The Upside of Falling and Alex Approximately. I am going to do Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo with all of these books, and that is going to decide which book I read. We're reading it completely random. We have a wide selection. I'll just read the books to you. I don't want to pick them up because there's so many. We have The Upside of Falling, Six of Crows, Well Met, Their Fractured Light, Alex Approximately, Yes, No, Maybe So, Skyward, Aurora Rising, The Hate You Give, Holding Up the Universe, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Geekarella, Wildfire, The Unexpected Everything, Adorable, Prom and Prejudice, and Illuminate. Without further ado, let's get started. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, my mother says to pick the very best one, and you are, or it, that you are it. So, the book I landed on was Prom and Prejudice by Elizabeth Eulberg, which this book I meant to get to last month because I had my prom last month. I wanted to read this for prom. It's Elizabeth Eulberg. It's pretty short, I believe. It's 227 pages. So this should be pretty easy to get through. It's pretty quick. So yeah, I'm happy with this turnout and that I'm reading this book. This is the first book I touched. This is it. It's Prom and Prejudice. And it's Elizabeth Eulberg, which I've given both her books 5 stars of the 2 I've read. So, I mean, not to go into this with high expectations or anything, but I hope I like this too. So, now I have to clean all this up and put all the books away. My plans for today is I'm gonna go have a shower after this. I'm going to pick up Lemonade Mouth, which is up in my loft bed. I don't feel like grabbing it. And then at some point I'll also pick up Listen to Your Heart today, and then Beach Read as well. That's my day. Me remembering this was a Disney movie, and you get lines like, she was like having her own nanny, the sex nanny sent by Satan. And this is like a Disney Channel movie, oh my. Alrighty, so it's around 2:30-ish now. I have officially started Lemonade Mouth by Mark Peter Hughes. I've also read a bit of Beach Read, but not a whole ton. But I'm on page 19 currently. For the most part, it's been accurate to what I remember of the movie. I remember this scene in the movie. I just don't remember it. It's a little bit older than a Disney audience, I would say. Overall, I'm enjoying it so far, but I don't have too much to say. It is reminding me a lot of Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So if you've read that, I feel like you might like this as well, especially because they're both about a band. Now I am going to the Bookstagram challenge, or prepare for that. I also wanted to make lemonade today because of Lemonade Mouth. We do have lemons in the house, so I'm gonna figure out that. So that's the plan. I wore a dress for this. I don't wear dresses. So, update time. I've read a bit more Beach Read. I don't know where the heck actually, I'll talk about that in a second. First of all, today's Tuesday. Went to the library today to pick up some holds, and I got some books, but I got 13. I put holds and new releases, and then they all came in at once, and I was like, what the heck? It was all on order stuff. And then they all came in, and I was like, oh, well, okay. So, let's show you what I got. First book we have is Joe and Laurie by Margaret Stoll and Melissa De La Cruz. Oh, I feel like I have there's a story, I feel like Margaret Stoll and Ron Bass, so I feel like Lucid! Was it Lucid? I think I own a book by Margaret Stoll. And then Melissa De La Cruz, who I've heard people talk about before. I don't think I've read any of her books, if I'm correct. It's a romantic retelling, I believe, of Little Women, which I actually haven't read because I suck. The spine is so cute. All I know is it's a historical fiction book retelling of Little Women, and there's a best friend relationship, I'm pretty sure. I'm super hyped to read this. It's so cute, and just, I'm very hyped about this book. Then we have We Were Promised Spotlights by Lindsay Sproul. Taylor Carlin's good looks have earned her the admiration of everyone in her small town. She's homecoming queen, the life of every party, and on every boy's most wanted list. People think Taylor is living the dream, and they assume she'll stay in town and have kids with the homecoming king, maybe become a dental hygienist if she's super ambitious, but Taylor is actually desperate to leave home, and she hates the smell of dentist's office. Also, she's completely in love with her best friend Susan. Senior year is almost over, and everything seems perfect. Now Taylor just has to figure out how to throw it all away. Lindsay Sproul's debut is full of compelling introspection and painfully honest commentary on what it's like to be harassed to a destiny you never wanted. That's what this book's about. I couldn't remember, but and now I remember why I picked it up again. Best friend relationship. Do we see a theme here? I'm trash for best friends relationship, as you know. This just sounds great. I'm super hyped for it. I'm very excited to read this. Then we have Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds, and I believe Booksplosion is reading this book this month, so I was just like, why not jump in on that? I never do that, so I was like, here's an opportunity to do that. For Jack Ellison King, king of almost. He almost made valedictorian. He almost made varsity. He almost got the girl until when Jack and Kate meet at a party, bonding over until sunrise over their mutual love of Fruit Loops and their favorite flicks. Jack knows he's falling hard. Soon she's meeting his best friends, Jillian and Franny, and Kate wins them over as easily as she did Jack. Jack's curse of almost is finally over, but this love story is complicated. It is an almost happily ever after because it is almost an almost happily ever after because Kate dies, and their story should end there, yet Kate's death sends Jack back to the beginning, the moment they first meet, and Kate's there again, beautiful, radiant Kate. Healthy, happy, and charming as ever. Jack isn't sure if he's losing his mind. Still, if he has a chance to prevent Kate's death, he'll take it, even if that means believing in time travel. However, Jack will learn that his actions are not without consequences, and when one choice turns deadly for someone else close to him, he has to figure out what he's willing to do and let her go to save the people he loves. I'm sorry, I really butchered that synopsis reading it. This sounds interesting. I'm excited to read it. Then we have A Defending Taylor by Miranda Kennelly. Can you guess why I chose this one? Basically, this book I do know nothing about. This one follows this girl who gets kicked out of her boarding school and she has to go to this new school, and she falls for her brother's best friend. So not quite friends to lovers, but like, this was close enough. That's why I picked this up, honestly. I don't really read a lot of actually brother's best friend. I don't usually read that trope a whole lot. Not my favorite, but we'll see how this one goes. Then we have Frozen Tides by Morrigan Rhodes. As you probably know, I've been gushing about the Fallen Kingdom series. I guess not in videos you've seen yet, but you're going to see them. I have Gathering Darkness on my Reading Rush TBR. I really enjoyed the first two books, and so I'm excited to continue on with the series. That's why I have this one. And the last one in this bag, we have A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. And this one, I'm so excited to read because it's about mermaids, and that's all I know about it, but I love mermaids, so I'm so hyped to read this. I've been seeing it get some good reviews lately. A lot of people seem to be enjoying it, so I'm super excited to read this because, like, mermaids. I love mermaids so much. I'm very excited to read this one. Then we have Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. You're probably like, Emily, don't you own Anna and the French Kiss? I do. I lent it out to a friend a few years ago, and I just never got it back. And she has it. We just haven't really been speaking as much, so I haven't got a hold of the copy, and I wanted to reread it recently, so it just reminds me exactly of my copy. It's not like a different copy. I love it. So I wanted to reread this book, so hence why I have it. But basically, I think everyone knows what this book's about. Was pretty hyped in BookTube a few years ago, or a long time ago. This book was pretty hyped. But basically, it follows this girl named Anna who is going to this American school in Paris, and she meets this boy named Etienne St. Clair, and like they get along really well, but he has a girlfriend, so they just stay friends for a while until that doesn't work anymore. Then we have 4 Days of You and Me by Miranda Kennelly, who also wrote Defending Taylor. But this one, I believe, follows these characters on like the same day, 4 years, between like 4 different years, and that's all I know about it. It's a new release. I've been reading more new releases, so that's the gist on that. Then we have The Henna Wars by, I believe it's Adiba Jagirdar is how you pronounce it, and if I'm pronouncing it wrong, you can let me know in the comments. This book I have actually already read. I think I gave it a 3.5. Basically, it follows this girl named Nishat, and there's like this business competition, I guess, going on at their school, and Nishat is doing henna, and then this other girl ends up also doing henna, but like it's not a part of her culture and background, so Nishat doesn't want her doing it because 1, she's already doing it, and 2, like it's not part of her culture. So, and then there's a love story. Yeah, I gave it a 3.5. I thought it was pretty good. We have another Miranda Kennelly book. This is Coming Up for Air by Miranda Kennelly. Can you guess why I picked this one up? Yes, it does have a best friend relationship in it. Yes, that is entirely why I picked this book up. I think this one's about a girl who does swimming, and she's in love with her best friend, and like that's all I know about it. Then we have Joyride by Anna Banks. I read Anna Banks a few years ago when I read the Up Poseidon series, which I very much enjoyed. I love that series. I wanted to read this book. She's like a standalone. I Need to Be the Girl Who Is Nobody. Carly Vega lives with her older brother. She has a job on top of keeping her grades up in school. All she wants to do is to do her work and not attract attention. Arden Moss used to be the star quarterback. He used to date popular girls and have fun pranking with his older sister. Now all that has changed, and Arden needs a new accomplice. But when Carly and Arden's paths cross, they begin a new journey together as they invade the perils of law, falling for each other. Their story is funny, romantic, and sometimes harsh, just like real life. Then we have Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. I heard Regan from Peruse Project, is that how you pronounce it? She talked about this book in this series, and it sounded really interesting to me, so I decided to pick the book up. Sangchia Grotto, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, oh my, is a thief, and a good one. Her latest target is a heavily guarded warehouse on the Tevnin docks. Is nothing her unique abilities can't handle. But unbeknownst to her, Sanxia's been sent to steal an artifact of unimaginable power, an object that could revolutionize the magical technology known as scribing. The merchant houses who control this magic, the art of using coded commands to imbue everyday objects with sentience, oh my, have already used it to transform Tavon into a vast, remorseless, capitalist machine. But if they can unlock the artifact's secrets, they will rewrite the world itself to suit their aims. Now someone in those houses wants Sanchia dead, and the artifact for themselves, and in the city of Tavon, nobody has the power to stop them, but there are those who may have the courage to fight alongside Sanxia, like the hackers who practice scribing in the secret half a step ahead of the house's thugs, or the technological wizard who's berated his soul for political power and beneath his cynicism may be desperate for a chance to redeem it, or the constable whose eagerness to bring Sanxia to justice is matched only by his need to hold the powerful accountable for their sins. To have a chance at surviving and stop the deadly transformation that's underway, Sanxia will have to marshal these unlikely allies, learn to harness the artifact's power for herself, and undergo her own transformation, one that will turn her into something she could never imagine. So, I don't know. It sounded really interesting to me, and cool, and fun. This book is huge. It's going to be a fun time. I'm excited to pick this up. The last book we have here, I know I'm done, is again by E. Lockhart. E. Lockhart wrote We Were Liars, which I haven't actually read yet. I want to read it because it got a lot of hype on BookTube years ago. If you could live your life again, what would you do differently? After a near-fatal family catastrophe and an unexpected romantic upheaval, Adelaide Butchwood finds herself captured into a summer of wild possibility, during which she will fall in and out of love 1,000 times, while finally confronting the secrets she keeps, her ideas about love, and the weird grandiosity of the human mind. A raw, funny novel that will surprise you over and over again gives us the incredible heroine grappling with the terrible and wonderful problem of loving other people. As for an update on what I have been reading, I have been listening to the audiobook of Beach Read. I'm 35% into it so far, so it was a bit hot out today. I was going to listen to it I don't know, probably maybe a bit more when I'm doing other things. I haven't picked up Lemonade Mouth since I last spoken to you, and I want to pick up Listen to Your Heart again, but it has to cool down, and I don't know if it has yet outside, so I'm probably going to have supper, listen to more of this audiobook, and then pick up Lemonade Mouth at some point.
Hello, Chloe. Chloe. We got Steve. And we got Teddy. Teddy. Teddy, hi. Oh, bye. Chloe's eating the raspberries. I see you. So it's like, I think, 7 p.m. 7 p.m.
It's cooler outside now. Today it was like super hot. Like yesterday, I could get out or get away with coming outside and it being good weather. But today, it was just like boiling. And I was like, I'm not reading outside. It does cool down a bit, so now it's perfect time to dive back into Listen to Your Heart by Casey West. So there's a reading sprint, I think, going on Twitter, so I'm going to participate in that, and I'll update you guys later on when I have more to tell you. Right, so I don't have a phone or anything on me right now, but I believe it's around like 9 p.m. right now. I've made a bit of progress on books. Let's first talk about Beach Read by Emily Henry. I believe I'm like 44% into this, so I would like to finish that hopefully tomorrow. I think at this point in time, I'm enjoying it, but I don't think I'm enjoying it to the same extent that everyone else does. It's just kind of like solidly like, okay, I think I decently like it. Like I think my dog's whining at my door. Please, Rachel, can you please deal with him? Anyways, I'm sad I'm not liking it to the same extent that everyone else seems to be gushing about it on BookTube. If I had to rate it right now, I'd probably give it a 3.5. That's like my only really opinions for you as far as those go. I don't know. I don't know what it is and why I don't like this book to the same extent. Maybe I went into it with too high of expectations. That being said, though, I really do like the commentary this book is providing. I love, talking about books and writing because, that's something I'm obviously so passionate about. I love writing. I love reading. I want to become a writer. I enjoy that aspect of the book. I think that's entertaining. I think it's a fun story for the most part. So I am enjoying it still. Like, don't say I'm not. I just don't think I'm enjoying it to, like, a 5-star or, like, 4-star. It's, like, a 3.5 for me. I haven't picked up Lemonade Mouth at all, but I have picked up Listen to Your Heart by Casey West. I went to go outside and read again. I was even reading in the dark because my family's chilling out there, and I'm like, my goal is to get to page 200, and then hopefully finish this tomorrow, which I think I can do. I'm currently on page 204, so I've gotten a good chunk of the way through this. I'm like 61% into it, if you want like specific percent totals. The more I read this, though, the more it's reminding me of Lucky Caller, which I don't want to say it's a great thing, to be honest. Lucky Caller I gave a 3.5, and I think I'm going to give this the same rating, to be honest. While that's like not like a bad rating in any capacity, I think, I don't know, I'm disappointed just because I feel like maybe because I expect a lot of Casey West books just because she is my favorite author, so she always writes great books, and like not to say I'm not enjoying this book, because I am definitely enjoying it. It's something I want to keep reading and such, but I think out of like all of her books that I have read, this is my least favorite at this point in time. This book I'm running into the same problem that I did with Lucky Caller, where in Lucky Caller I felt like the characters were really awkward most of the time, so it didn't really give me a chance to ship the characters. And in this one it's a little bit different. I feel like the main character's friend zoning him more so because of the situation, I guess, that they're in, because she thinks that he's interested in someone else, and like I get the reasoning for that, but like I don't know, I'm just not really on board with the ship. Like it's okay, and it's obviously gonna happen, they're gonna get together, which I'm fine with, it's whatever, but it's not giving me all the cute Casey West feels that I usually feel with her contemporary books. The characters' relationship, I'm just not a huge fan of. It's okay, they'll get together and I'll be like, whoop-de-doo, yay. Just like unenthusiastically like that. I'm sad about that though, because I want more out of this. It's Casey West, so yeah. And I think even having the podcast just adds more to how similar it is to Lucky Caller. Very, very similar, and I feel the exact same way about both of them. But if you liked this book, or you liked Lucky Caller, you would definitely like the other ones, I feel like. I should be able to finish this tomorrow. I'm sad about the relationship though. I like them both individually as characters. I just don't know if I really ship them together that much. So overall, that's my reading for the day. That's what I accomplished. So now I'm going to end the vlog here. I'm going to go edit it, hopefully get it uploaded sometime tonight, hopefully. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big fat thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of this lovely face. And I will talk to y'all soon in my reading vlog tomorrow. Goodbye!